This is Katie Nelson, the creator of the 6th and 7th grade Mastery Challenge courses in Canvas for math review using the Open Up Resources math content. Again, you can access that at access.openupresources.org. Org. I think it's org. Sorry about that. When you start out this class, I recommend that you create a new class in Canvas and that you don't add it to a course that already exists. If you do or you did, it won't be a big deal. I just want to set it up separate because I like to keep things separate. Plus, I want to have everything hidden on the navigation bars so that the only buttons the students have access to are home and modules, because I don't want them to have access to the quizzes or the grades or anything else or the assignments pages, because then they will take quizzes out of order and it will defeat the purpose of the course. So when you're setting this up, one of the things that you want to do is you go to modules and you need to make sure that the entire course is published. So I've already done that action. You'll just publish the unit, and when you publish the unit, it will publish everything within the unit all the way down, but you want to make sure you have those green circles with the white check marks all the way down for the entire course so that your students can go as fast as they want. Another thing that you need to do is to check to make sure that let's do the quizzes next. Make sure that all of your quizzes are published, because if they aren't published, then your kids will be at a standstill. And unfortunately, you have to do these one at a time. It's very tedious, but all you have to do is click like I'm showing you right here. Make sure every single quiz is published. Again, you want the entire course published at the very beginning from the get-go so that your students can access the content as they're ready for it. Some students may get to units 2 or 3 within the first day or two if they are well prepared and they've been doing really well this year. Others may take multiple days to get through unit 1 or unit 2 as they need more practice or they need more time to recall the skills that they learned. Another thing you need to check on is in settings. You'll go to the feature options. You need to make sure that MasteryPaths is toggled on. If you don't toggle that on, then the whole purpose of the course is lost and your students will just see everything and they won't have a way to be challenged and pushed based on their mastery level. So what this means with MasteryPaths is currently all of the quizzes are set up with a 70% passing point. So if your students score 70% or higher, they get pushed down a certain pathway. And if they score less than 70%, they're pushed down a different pathway. And the way I have it set up is a student who is very well prepared and needs very little time reviewing this content. They will go from the Unit 1 overview and take the Unit 1 Mastery Quiz to the Unit 2 overview and take the Unit 2 Mastery Quiz, and that's how they'll proceed. A student who is less prepared or needs more time reviewing or needs more time in one particular unit compared to the others will take that Unit Mastery Quiz and then score less than 70%, and you'll see that 2 or 3 lessons will publish at a time for them that they will need to then work systematically through. And I'll show you what that looks like from the student side by changing it to Student View. So again, the only buttons that your students will have access to are home and modules. So when they click into modules, oh man, I need to reset this. Tried it out with another student to make sure I got it. Hold on one second. So then the first time a student sees it, it will look like this. And all they'll see is the purpose of the Mastery Challenge and the Unit 1 overview, and they'll see that there's more content. It's just not published and viewable to them. So one thing you need to change is in the purpose of the Mastery Challenge. I'm sorry these screenshots didn't show up in the 7th grade course. You'll want to change this last part, which says, how will we celebrate? This was how we celebrated last year with my students. We went to a local arcade and we were there for a couple hours and had a great time. Hopefully we get to do that this year, but it seems like that's probably not going to be on for a possibility with all the public exposure prevention measures we have in place. So change that definitely to whatever you want to say or delete it entirely. Then your student will go to the Unit 1 overview as explained. And there's 3 basic instructions every time. Read through the content, try out the tasks, ask your teacher questions if you don't understand. There are tasks. This is the family materials from Open Up Resources. There are tasks embedded that the kids can review with the solution there. And then they'll have the Unit 1 Mastery Quiz. So let's say the student takes the quiz, does their best work, but doesn't get that 70% mark. This person's going to get 0. And you can see that when that happens, then more content in Unit 1 is unlocked because they need more practice. They didn't pass that mastery quiz. By the way, these mastery quiz questions and these quiz questions all come from the practice problems and open up resources. Again, awesome resource if you're not using that as your curriculum. It is open source and absolutely free. So inside of these lesson pages, it says treat the summary as an overview, read it closely, watch these embedded videos from Khan Academy, a few that I've made myself occasionally, and then the last instruction will tell them to go on, or once they get to the second or third lesson in a series, then they'll see another link for a quiz. They'll take this quiz, and they can actually take these particular quizzes as many times as they want. See, unlimited allowed temps. They take the quiz. If they get 70% or higher, it unlocks more of the unit or pushes them to the next unit. If they get less than 70%, then they are instructed to go back and reread and watch videos and then send messages to the teacher, whatever they need to do so that they can reach that mastery point. And then they are allowed to retake this quiz. And so that's the essential way that it works. The students will then, like I said, systematically work through all 8 of the units for 6th or 7th grade, whichever one you're working with for your students. If you have questions or concerns, please reach out to your school IT supports. I am so happy that I'm able to share this with you, but I do not have the time to support all the people that have downloaded this course as of right now. Between my 6th and 7th grade Mastery Challenge courses, it's been downloaded well over 400 times. So I don't have the time and the luxury to answer questions from 400 different people. So please reach out to your local IT support groups in your school or your district. Happy that I could help you in this way, and I hope it serves you and your students very well. Thank you.